Stephen Saywell is head of FX Strategy Europe for BNP Paribas and joins us now. I suppose what they're trying to do, is inject liquidity into the Swiss franc to lower it? Would that work?
Well, I think the bottom line is it probably won't. The way we would look at this is that it's a very consistent policy response. Remember, 2 weeks ago and a week ago, we had monetary easing from the SNB as the policy response to try and, we would say, insulate the Swiss economy from the impact of the strong Swiss franc, rather than try and turn the currency around. And I think that's what they've tried to do again today, to ramp up monetary policy there to insulate the Swiss economy. I think the bottom line here is it's going to be very, very difficult for the SNB to stand in the way of the foreign exchange markets, which continue to want to push the Swiss franc higher. So I think this type of policy response is probably what we can expect going forward from the SNB as well.
It is quite incredible that the Swiss franc continues to rise no matter what they seem to do, the Swiss National Bank. There's also that talk of maybe pegging the Swiss franc to the euro. So what's your feeling? Why is the Swissy actually rising even further today when there's so much talk of concerted effort to lower it?
Well, I think really today there were strong expectations, maybe too much as far as expectations are concerned from foreign exchange market participants for the announcement of some kind of SNB intervention, or this peg that people had spoken about. Clearly we didn't get any of those policy measures. So I think what we're seeing here is a disappointment as far as the market is concerned. Euro-Swiss selling off, so the Swiss franc strengthening on on disappointment, shall we say, with the policy measures.
It is quite extraordinary when you talk about the Swiss franc being actually pegged to the euro. Do you think that might ever happen, and at what rate might it be pegged at?
Well, we're very sceptical of that coming in. I think that the bottom line here is that if the SNB decided to adopt a peg against the euro, it would effectively mean that they would have to commit to unlimited intervention to maintain that peg. That would be very, very difficult for the SNB to do. Some would say impossible in the current market conditions. So from our perspective, we think it's very unlikely that that happens.
Just very quickly, we're nearly out of time. Where do you think the Swissie's headed over the next 2 weeks, 2 months?
We think Euro-Swiss moves lower. We've got a target of 110 here. Probably not back to the lows because we've seen some respite in equity markets, but certainly the trend of a strong Swiss franc is here with us.
Indeed. Stephen Saywell, really good to talk to you. Thanks for jumping in and doing that reaction for us here live from London.